Holy crap, I'm actually doing a video for YouTube. It's been a while. Not making a habit of this, just giving some general advice for Frostborn Wrath. Because you can find people doing playthroughs. You can find people showing their late game farms and stuff. There's a little bit of advice on there, but none for where I'm really at, which is like the level 300 range. So for anyone that's like around where I'm at or even before it, this video is for you. This is intended to be like early to mid-game advice with a little bit of like in-game and post-game advice thrown in as well. And the post-game itself can even be split into like early post-game and late post-game. So it's all a matter of perspective. So anyways, yeah, I'm at level 356. I have 119 fields explored. And I'm doing this on standard difficulty. This is not chilling. This is not iron. If you're doing this on chilling, you probably don't need any advice. So Frostborn Wrath is noticeably harder than other games. I know I've struggled for a bit at times. Also, I'm gonna do my best to summarize stuff early on without really getting into any spoilers. Not so much story spoilers as talking about like stuff regarding your talisman or your skills or your battle traits. If you don't want to know what you gain in regards to any of that, you're not going to want to watch late. Also, just a moment. Sorry about that. Had to get some water so you guys will have a few seconds of dead air. And I'm too lazy to edit this and post-recording. So you get everything in one take. Aren't you lucky? This is going to be a mess. I had to get some water because I'm actually talking. Anyways. So, yeah, let's get into talking about the basics. Like I said, I'm going to try to early on not really get into spoiler stuff. I'll just talk a little bit. And then I'm going to start showing things, and that's when you get your warning to kind of back out if you don't want to see too much of the game and you just want advice to kind of get you going. Alright, so when I say talking about basics, I mean basics. Basic stuff that you all should be doing. Don't mind what my experience levels and shit say because I'm so early on in the game. So, yeah. If you've ever played a Gemcraft game, you should know how this works. You'll go through, you'll run a level, then you'll run again on endurance. And you'll just do that for every level that you can. Just keep popping stuff up. You'll notice I haven't messed too much with the last thing, which are all trials, because those are all puzzle modes. And if you don't feel like taking the time to find the perfect solution with set parameters, I don't blame you. You really don't need them. I did some of them early on just to get some easy experience points. Or not experience points, skill points. Which, that's the other thing to think about is balancing how you spend your skill points is going to be another major factor. And I feel like this may be where some people get hung up. If you're early game, don't worry about investing in skills. I mean it. What's going to help you more than anything really early game is having more starting mana. You're not at a point yet where you've got a lot of it on hand. You haven't learned some of the other things you can do in the game yet. So, like, for as long as you can, until you're at a point where you're ready to, like, really start grinding up levels, if you're just playing through the game and not worried about, if you're not hitting a wall yet, Just keep stockpiling that mana. Don't even worry about the skills yet. Early on, that will get you pretty far. And then, you know, once you do start spending skills, there's certain things that are said to be better to invest in than others. We'll get to that in a bit. Next thing, wizard stashes. Be popping those open as early as you can. I think I've gotten almost every wizard stash on this game. Let me see, do I have anything that I haven't gotten yet? I think there's like something on a level I haven't even beat yet. I think I got maybe 2. Yeah, just these final areas. And for the record, A4 is actually the final level, A5 is a bonus. Go figure. Alright. Mid-game, there's some stuff we'll be talking about. Not a whole lot there. It's, again, that's more of just a standard advice. Keep going back, keep grinding things up. Around the time you're at endgame, when you're at the point I am, you can easily, even before where I am, I'd say even a little bit in the mid-game, you can start setting up farms as well. But you're going to need a few things to set up a proper farm. And then there's like early and late game, which how you do your farming is going to change a little bit. I will tell you, it seems pure gems are much better in this game than combined gems, so try to run pures as much as you can. This will be especially useful based on the skills you unlock. Alright, this is your spoiler warning. If you do not want to see greater detail, I cannot promise I'm not going to be going into, because I have to show you some tricks. And to show you tricks, I have to show you the battle traits and the skills and all of that. And my talisman setup. If you don't want to see any of this stuff, now's your chance to back out. I know that's really stupid, simple, early, basic advice. But again, if you're at the point where you're so early on in the game, you don't even know everything you're unlocking, I'm not sure that you really need this video yet. Just have some confidence. To give you a little bit more detail on like rerunning waves if you're at that point and you are spending some skills, the best thing I can suggest is don't forget to enrage your waves, especially like for rerunning journey mode, because you're probably looking at my journey score and you're thinking, no, wait a minute, that's way higher than what I got on my journey score. That's because I sent all the waves early and I enraged them and I set battle traits on them. Endurance is not the only thing you can rerun. In early game, rerunning Journey is just as helpful as running Endurance. Which you can see, like, I've neglected. Like, just as an example, I'm going to rerun this Journey mode to show you. You're also probably wondering, how the hell do I have all these gems unlocked? You unlock the gems as you go on. So just as an example, I'm going to rerun this just to make a point, alright? So, here's everything you unlock under your battle traits. Overcrowd. There's literally no reason not to use this. Haste, this just makes it so all the waves come faster. Not really a concern for me. Awakening, this makes it so like monsters get more hit points as things go on. Giants. Giants are a little tougher to kill and more waves are replaced with giants. This is really good for mana farming. Corrupted Bashment. This is a risky one, where if you bash a monster, they gain shields and more armor. If you're not confident you can one-shot kill everything, do not put this on. Dark Masonry. This makes it so beacons pop up in your map. There's actually a dirty trick with this. If you have enough mana, you can strategically place a bunch of walls on your map on every section that can be built. And if your map is filled up with enough walls, the beacons cannot be summoned. So a dirty trick people like to do late game is to max this out and then fill the map up with a bunch of like 1x1 walls strategically placed, like dotted across the entire map. I don't think I have enough to do that, so I'm not going to do that one. Swarmling, it's usually not too bad to put this on a 1. Ritual, I absolutely love doing. Because I'm at a point where I need all the shadow cores I can get. I've actually unlocked the Talisman fragment fully now. Which I'll show that off in a second as well. And then when I get out of this, I'll show you my skills as well. So I should be able to clear the map with these settings. The Talisman drop rate is garbage for this, so I'm not really concerned about it. I'm doing this to make a point of early game farming. And just rerun a level with what you can. So you see I have this many unspent skill points. I start with this much mana, but that mana is boosted by a few things. As you can see, I actually start with this much. Oh hey, I finally got that one. Nice. Oh, that reminds me. There's one little thing early on for skill points. Because every skill point will give you 1 to 2... I think 2 is the max. Sorry, every achievement will give you 1 to 2 skill points. Make sure once you've done right around 300, there's a one-time reset you can do. You reset your skill points, you get 200, and you reset your achievements, you get 240 skill points, and then like literally just replay the first mission and you'll get a bunch of those achievements right back along with the skill points that came with them. So yeah, you lose like, what, 60 skill points if you do it right at 300 achievements. But you'll get most of them back almost immediately. It's worth it. Alright. So, what I'm going to show you is not really applicable to you guys. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know how you guys... I don't know what you're all going to be at when you do this. Let's read that. I literally don't need that gem. I'm going to show you mana farming right now, by the way. And I can't get a full farm. I fucked that up. I fucked it up. Take 2. Aren't you guys glad you're getting this, like, the raw, uncut version with all my screw-ups? That'll be good right here. Good. This one works. That there. I can go there. Yeah, grade 8 should get me going pretty good. And just for fun, we're going to throw in a Raging gem in here. Like I said, Enraging's good. Also, I might have screwed up because I need to have a kill gem. I need a kill tower. Alright, early on... I don't know... This is what I've been using, is dual red-purple. I know I said go with pure, that's later. This gets me started. That's what's zone that in until I actually need to kill them. This is gonna be a mess. Well, mistakes. Level 5. I can always pop that out if I need to. Set that to specials. This will be fine. This will be fine. He said as the room got set on fire. Throw some white out on these guys. Hey. Give that back. I'm probably not going to be able to salvage that. Can you all just stop with that? Yeah, these fuckers especially. You guys especially need to die. You know, despite this being a bad idea, it's working out. Also, easily more experience. So even if I fail this, I've proved my point. Come on, you can hit that. Good. More dead shadows. Can I get you? Maybe. I really want the apparition. Priorities. Our dead shadow. See, I really shouldn't even bother with the trap. I should have just built a proper kill tower. Because I forgot, oh right, everything is going to be on my ass super early in this mode. You're just going to stay right out of my range, aren't you? You fucking asshole. Shadow thinks it's funny. Recharge fast enough to kill it. This was a horrible idea. Kill the shadow first. It's annoying me. There we go. Now, spires ain't gonna be shit. Alright, so bad setup, but it still worked and you get the point. And again, you can see what my previous experience was versus this. Now we'll go ahead and speed this up. If it's not clear, I'm not exactly an expert here. Just full disclaimer on that one. That's my shadow course too. Alright. So yeah, just for my point, and again, your results are going to vary based on where you're at in the game. Just even rerunning Journey with some battle traits on will get you more experience. Just don't put on more than you can afford. Even if you're just rerunning with Overcrowd and, oh, actually I gotta level off that. Even if you just do Overcrowd and some Enraging and, like, start some waves early yourself, that's fine. You don't have to go, you know, as hardcore as you can. Just, especially on Journey mode, there's no point. Endurance will always be a win, but on Journey, definitely don't do more than you can handle. Alright, so Talisman. This is probably something that really needs to be talked about here. So I've got a fully unlocked Talisman, and you've probably got some Talismans that pieces that have these marks on them. Those are important. originally, I didn't know what the hell these things were for. I thought, well, maybe they indicate, like, it's a higher rarity or something. Not really. So you'll notice all around the border, these lights have lit up. Like, if I take a few pieces out, you see that they turn off. So, ideally, and I'm not there yet, it's going to be a minute. Ideally, what you're going to have is a talisman that's going to be 5 rows of matching symbols, each one a different symbol. So, like, all this will have, like, the claw marks in the corner. All this will have, like, the lightning bolt type marks. All these, this symbol. You can see this one's perfectly set up, but the rarities are shit. So the ideal talisman would be like all 100 fragments, 100 rarity, each with its own set of symbols on each row. For each row, you can do this at a minimum of 3 matching symbols. You gain bonus starting mana. Also, why did I not fully whatever? I'm not too worried about maxing out those upgrades. This one's getting replaced eventually anyways. So the best early game advice I can give you with the talisman, besides unlocking everything as you can and saving up your shadow cores for that, is once you've got the intersections unlocked, try to get your matching symbols. This will get you bonus starting mana. Once you've got more bonus starting mana, that gives you a little bit more mana to or a little bit more to play with in terms of leveling up your skills. This is the highest rarity I've gotten so far at 96. And now I've got just shadow cores I can spend on whatever the hell I need. Mostly on leveling up new rarity fragments as I get them. Alright, now, trick number 2. I should have put in, like, little notes and stuff. Little, words up here to indicate as I'm doing these things, but whatever. This is a rambling video. I don't know if this will get uploaded. Anyways, trick number 2. What's one that I haven't really done this on yet? What's kind of a shitty map? Alright, here's one. This is what you do on a map that you don't really plan to run proper endurance on. Like this one, it's got several entry points. It's not really good for late game farming. So, obviously make sure it's on endurance. Max out all traits. And hit start. I'm not joking. Because it's an endurance run, first off, by default, you always get some starting experience anyways, just for doing it. Yeah. If I was to quit now, I actually get a higher score than just for starting with this absurd setup. Now, you might be thinking, so you're going to man farm, right? Hell no. We put on the biggest enraged wave we can. You hit start on all. You send everything. And you just watch your number down here go up. And as you can, you drop spells on enemies to try and screw them up a little bit. And you see, as I'm dropping these spells, I still get some experience. So yeah, this is ridiculous. It's also giving me a few achievements. Again, not even trying to build a tower. There's no killing these enemies. Also, it's probably going to start lagging. In fact, it is lagging. I don't even know if I'll make it to the end of all these waves being sent. But you can see how high my experience has already gone just from doing this. This is nothing. I don't even have to cast these spells. Because you can see, like, everything that gets sent is giving me, like, another 2,000 experience. The spells just give me a little bit more. That's almost 200,000 more experience for doing nothing. If you are super early on in the game, this will help you. You're not going to do this late game. I don't know if even the late game players can run endurance with all battle traits. I don't think it's meant to be played that way. But this gets you going early on. A lot more effective than the last thing I showed you. The last thing's mostly good if you're a Shadow Core farming and you got Ritual. So yeah, not enough for me to level up, but for you guys, 200,000 is a couple experience points if you're like under wizard level 100. So, yeah. I haven't actually shown you my skill setup, so let's do that. This is where my skills are currently at. You'll notice some of them have like a +3 or a +2. These are talisman related things. One thing you want to farm on is you want to get a high rarity talisman that says all skills +1. And it will only ever be a +1. Each fragment will only ever give a max of +1. So ideally you'll have every slot filled in, and this goes up to I think 25. Yeah, I think 25 is the most that you'll ever get. So that's one thing. Another thing is just as you can know what to prioritize. As far as your skill setup, it's going to vary. Mana Stream's not bad early on. I put just enough into Orb of Presence to get me one Orblet. Focus I put a little bit into. It does make gem crafting a little cheaper. And gem combining a little cheaper. But that's not going to help you that much as it has in like previous games. You'll probably get Resonance first. This just makes it so your gems do more damage and have better range. True Colors is a really, really good one. Once you get this, you're going to notice some early missions you may have had trouble with go faster. Once you get this one, this is a huge barricade breaker for you. Fury, this is really good when you're starting to farm. Remember how I told you to enrage your waves? Enraging waves plus Fury helps a ton. And if you don't like doing that, there's always raw Seeker Sense. Seeker Sense makes it so you gain more Shadow Cores and you get more experience off of monster kills. And then kind of depending on where you're at, it's going to depend on what you level up. I'm choosing to boost amps and traps at about the same amount. And I've mostly been using Mana Leech. But I'm going to be honest, Armor Tearing doesn't really do shit at this point. I need to really just take everything out of Armor and put it into Crit, Mana, Bleed, and Slow. These would be the main things to level up. Slow, not quite as much. Even Bleed, not quite as much. These are going to be your main go-to resources here. And if you need to know where you unlock all these on the wizard traits, there's other videos for that. If you want to know where to look everything up, you can find spreadsheets that tell you what wizard chest has what. I'm not going over that. There's already resources for that one. Alright, so something else I want to kind of cover is codes. And this is more like a mid to late game thing, because you can't even access them early on. Eventually, when you can access the top of the map and you can access the bottom of the map, you're going to see symbols here. There's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever it is. I probably counted too much. I did that in a hurry. It actually comes out to be hexadecimal, because like it's like once you hit 9 or 10, you didn't do ABC. Anyways, on some achievements, you'll notice that they have symbols on them. And you actually sort through all your achievements. And down at the bottom, it'll show some of these. Is it hen mod? Yeah. And of course, it's showing the ones that I have locked. Oh shit, there's actually an achievement for that. Well, I can't do that yet because I don't have access to that. Okay, that's why. I can't do this until I have the mods. Where's the thing that shows... a hidden mod key? This is it. Yeah, so you want to sort by hidden mod key. Which I've only got a few I haven't unlocked. So you'll notice, occasionally when you clear an achievement, you'll get an achievement that has these symbols. These mean something. To make it simple, what you're going to look for is something that starts with a 1. So like this one, for example, starts with a 1. And then you're going to look for something that is kind of mirrored to this in the opposite direction with the first two symbols. So like, I'm going to need something else that has a 1 and I think that's a 7. Let me find just something that shows a 1 at the end. And there's actually resources for finding out what codes you have. This is a middle piece. That's a middle piece. These come in sets of 3, so this is an end piece here. I think that... no, not that one. There are people that explain this better than I can. But basically, you're looking for sets that start with a 1, end with a 1, and don't have a 1 anywhere in them. And basically, you'll take these 3 pieces of code because you'll look for repeating patterns. So, like, for this one, for example, I'd be looking for something that has those first 2 symbols. It'll have those at the end, but flipped. And then, like, you'll see, like, the other part of the symbols, that the perfect round and the kind of, like, X-looking thing. So I'll be looking for something that has that somewhere in the middle. Which I think I had that one. It's really a lot bit. This is the kind of shit you get a spreadsheet out for. Well, that also starts with the same symbols. But that's not the same as the other one, I don't think. Because it always starts and ends with a 1. Every code you put... Alright, so here we go. So yeah, your mana is mine and derangement matchup. Also, for those of you thinking, well, I'm just going to look up a master key. There is no master key. Every set of code is unique to every save file. You got to figure this shit out yourself. I'm just giving you a quick, dirty explanation. So, derangement and your mana is mine should be matching symbols. And then you're going to look for something that has a bunch of, like, that circle and the dented tops. That's the best way I know how to describe it. Which I don't know if I have that unlocked anywhere. But basically... you'll find something, like this is one to use as an example. So you'll find a code that ends, the first half will end with the spaceship looking thing and the hexagon. And then the third piece will start with those 2 dented tops. And you disregard those and you only put in the middle symbol here. So the way to think of it is like, on this one, you put in everything from this code, and then just like the middle piece of whatever the middle one is. And you do that by punching them in down here. So you enter the codes in down here, click on them in whatever order. And if you activate it right, it will pop up top here. Again, there's other guys that explain this better than I can. There's even a resource where you can type in all those codes you just saw. And it'll tell you, it'll do all the sorting for you and tell you what codes you have and what they are. I'm just making you aware of these codes and aware of that resource. Again, just type in like Gemcraft, Frostborn Wrath, secret codes, and that'll give you what you need to know. Yeah, the secret codes and the Talisman fragments are like the two things that aren't really explained. The markings on the Talisman fragments. Again, I'm sorry, this is kind of a rambling video. Hopefully I'm getting some of my points across. Alright, so let's show you a somewhat proper mana farm. Do I have a good level for it that I haven't run yet? I do have some suggestions for maps to run. So, these are a list of like the best levels to do endurance runs on. W1, W4, W2 is honestly not too bad. I don't know why they skipped over that one. S2, S3, V1 up here. You can see I've already done a lot of the good ones. But just because I have a score like this doesn't mean I can't beat it. Like, this S3 one I could probably beat if I wanted to. And that's the thing is, always cycle through maps that you've had really good luck with just to do a better job on them. Because, like, for example, I reran this one. I already had like 100 or 1.5 million off of this. I didn't think I'd get that much more, but now I'm at 2.7. I could probably do even better. I could probably throw on the Swarmlings and still be fine. Or not the Swarmlings, the Spawnlings. The insect parasite trait. Let's see, V4 if I didn't cover that one. Where the hell is R6 at? I probably ran that one too. I ran it at some point, but I could probably do better. Only 41 waves. I could probably do better than that. Yeah, let's try this one. And without everything on. What else did I have on? Oh, right, giants. I'm just gonna run this as is. Alright, so I'm going to... yeah, I remember I had to do some demolition to make this one work. I see why this is going to start off with. This is a great one if you're doing early farming with towers. Later on, you're just doing traps. Do yourself a favor and get these set up properly. Honestly, I'm not even going to bother with the armor tearing on this. Alright, how do I want to route these guys? Honestly, I don't want them coming through there. But came through here. I want everything to have to go up through here. Yeah, this is why I don't like this map too much. I can't get the optimal mana farm going. Can I send them up through here? No, because I could build a trap here. I could make them go around this way. Yeah, I can get something going up here. And I can get a kill gem, or a kill trap going here. This will work. This won't work. Shit. Ah, fuck. Good job, man. Alright, not perfect, but it will get the job done. Alright, so that can go there. Where can I get my kill gem going at here? Oh, fuck you. Alright, so not perfect setups. I can't get the proper, I can't get a full amped, traps going, but better than nothing. Also, once you get to late game, there's this whole gem weaving thing. I'm not messing with that. If you want to look up information on gem weaving, there's this guy, Dexter Plays. He does a really good explanation of this stuff. I just don't bother with it because I'm really not at a point that it's going to benefit me that much. I might do it later. But right now, this is just, again, this is more for explanation of doing stuff if you're around my level. Once you're like over wizard level 1000 and you need every last bit you can get, then sure, go for it. But right now, this should be enough for me. We'll start with the Rage 1 in wave. Or a, words are hard. I'm going to start with the level 1 in Raging and upgrade as I think I can handle it. Boost so I can. Hopefully this just murders them instantly. Good. Also, I should probably mention the codes I have unlocked. I've got 2 codes. One is for barrages. Barrages will trigger gem loss. And the other is, I think it's like wealthy monsters or something like that. And it makes it so monsters are more likely to drop shadow cores and talisman fragments and all that crap. If there is one code you really want, it's the wealthy monsters one. Once you can, start trap, you start casting whiteout on these guys to get more out of them. And then if they're over your trap, freeze them in place. Now what I will usually do is if I can, I'll get 3 traps side by side. This map doesn't really let me. Same with down here. I'll try to get I can do this. I need more kill traps at least. And which I'm going to need to level this up to take care of the flying enemies that spawn. You need one gem on the map to kill the flyers. Alright, that's not good. So they're not actually dying to my traps. That or my towers cut them before they hit the trap. Either way. So they're getting through there now. So I need to alternate what I focus on. Maybe take off the enrage for a bit. So I know I've got things under control. Still not getting as fast as I would like. Oh shit, specials. For your traps, do the barrage. 30% increased specials is definitely the way to go. I wasn't sure if specials or faster firing speed was the way to go. Alright. So, early on, when you're first doing your farms, this is probably what it will mostly look like. Later on, which you add in lanterns. Also, you may not even bother with the kill trap. You may just have a kill gem here. And early on, your kill gem may be like a combination of crit and armor tearing, or crit and bleed, or armor tearing and bleed. Late game, everything I see is it's always pures. Because like around here, you want to drop a lantern in with a blue. Trying to find the best setup to do this. Good, that's fine there. That doesn't block anything, I think. Yeah, because they all go in through that way. I could have really done it way over here if I wanted to, and I'd still hit them all. Also, wrong gem. Get out of here. So ideally, you'll get a lantern in here, and then a lantern somewhere over here. And again, these aren't going to be perfectly amped because of what I'm working with. And ideally, you want to try and get these all maxed out on their effects. Now, this one especially, its range. And its firing speed. I don't know if leveling up the lanterns does much, to be honest. You might mess with blowing out the lanterns late game. I gotta look at the benefits. So yeah, this is something like what you're going to be going for with your setups. The main thing is make sure that you reduce the range of your tower, because you don't want your monsters dying before they run over your mana farm. Also set these to target least affected. And ideally have this target specials by default. So that way when this asshole gets here, just auto gets shot. And at this point you just juggle what you level up. Oh, actually, I can boost this and this. Perfect! Okay, I take it back. You can get a perfectly boosted trap right here. I still don't think you can get a perfect boost off of this one, though, because like you're blocked there, you're blocked there. Yeah, and these paths are too small to build on. Just for fun. Just for fun. You'll see it's going to be a lot more effective to just have a very strong gem like this to kill your all your flying horrors. As for traps, traps ignore armor. That's why you don't need any points in armor tearing. As for caps on these, I forget what the lanterns cap out at. I want to say maximum for this is 80%. I forget what the maximum for bleeding is. So 51% slower is not horrible. Again, I want to make it a point of don't worry if you can't do this exactly. The one thing I can tell you early on is you're not going to be able to build as much shit as I have early on. Early on, when you're first starting your mana farming, just focus on being able to make your mana farm itself. Focus on making your mana farm and making your kill gem here for your towers. Once you have enough that you can build a trap and amps, then you start doing that as well. This is going to be more important for taking down your flying monsters and doing other cleanup. This can serve 2 functions. This can only serve 1. So, again, priorities. When you're early on this, mana farm, tower, and then when you can, your kill trap, and then when you can, your lanterns. Also, as you notice, I've not really been using my skill spells because I'm just half-assing this, but I've already beaten my old score. In fact, let's go and drop another one of these in here. And we'll run that and see how it goes. Also, holy shit, this video is almost an hour long. Alright, so I haven't really explained it. Whiteout increases mana that you leech, as well as poison damage taken. Where ice shards are good to do around people that are bleeding. Plus, you notice that it does other damage to them too. They're good for people you're getting ready to kill. The nice thing is it removes all the shields. Then freeze just makes them take more damage. They're, again, a good thing to pop on enemies that are getting a little too far. So, like, you want to freeze anything that's right over your traps, because they take more damage from crit. Oh, you sneaky little bitch. So, yeah, just where they're starting to get through, and that's a problem. So, again, having trouble, so you take off, you're enraged for a minute. Get that shit sorted. Just keep alternating what you level up. $73, not bad. Okay, I'm not sure what the max is I can get on that. I got a funny feeling I'm not going to be using these again. Let's have that focus on the spire for now. So, for the record, half-assing this, and I've broken over 100 mana just because I'm that far along. Also, sometimes, like I said, you do want to wipe them out over your trap just to leech what you can off of them. But yeah, I'm about at the end of this run. Still, got significantly further. I didn't get a whole lot from enraging because I didn't really mess with the enraging much. But I'll take what I can get. And this is something that, you know, as you do these and you level up your skills, you're only going to do better and better. You're going to have more starting mana. You're going to have stronger mana leech, stronger crit, stronger bleed, stronger slow. You're going to boost the power of your amps. You gotta boost the power of your traps. You can see my record so far is 142. Oh, this asshole. Oh, I hate these guys. Oh, you need to die. And before I lose that, I'll take that out. You're a dick. I don't know if I've actually ran into you guys properly on the map. Freaking hunters. Yeah. You can just fuck right off and die. Forgot to keep an eye out for that one. You know, they considered still doing alright. If I could just get this asshole. Well, at least I can hit the spire from here. So yeah, I've gained almost 1,000,000 more experience points off this run. Not bad. Just need to focus on getting this kill gem up to snuff now. Yeah, I'm definitely pushing. Yep. There we go. Fuck ton of shower cores. Oh, nice. That's one of the secret codes. That might even be the second half of that one I was looking at. But yeah, there's other. Just look up secret code videos and they'll do a better job explaining it to you. So that takes me from 357 to what? 360. Alright, I don't think there's anything else I can really cover for you guys. Again, that's just some basic advice. This is showing what you can do at my level, at around this level. I'm sure there's people that have optimized it more. Like I said, if I mess with the gem weaving, I could have gotten more power out of my manas and my crits and all that. And there's mods for that. You can look that up. But yeah, that's your basic advice. I showed you the quick and dirty endurance trick that, if you're not serious about your run, just set all battle traits to max, set your highest and raging gem, and send everything early. If you're trying to do a serious run and you've got your mana farming stuff, go for it. You have to do a bit of work. Z5 here, I believe, is this the one? I think this is the, yeah. You unlock mana on Z5. You gotta go through some other shit to unlock it before then. Some of the wizard stashes. I know I struggled with a few of those. Especially ones that have like a high amount of shield. Quantity over quality. That's my advice for wizard stashes. I can't demonstrate it on any of these runs because I've cracked them all open. But if you got a wizard stash and it's got a high shield, you're going to want as many towers firing on that. No amount of high-grade gems is going to make that shield go down faster than having a bunch of like lower-level ones. And beam. Beams will rip through those shields. Other than that, if it's got armor, focus on having armor-tearing gems. Go to town on it. Some of them I know have just an absurd number of hit points. Again, that's one of those things of a combination of a lot of towers and beam, or like some really high-grade gem bombs are the way to go. I don't think I have any other advice. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to get back to you. Thank everyone for listening to me basically ramble on for an hour and 5 minutes. You have a good day.